What's up, guys? I don't know how well this is going to work. We're going to try. But historically, this does not work out too well. What's up? What's up, Bug-Eye? Excuse me, Bo. We're going to try. So the biggest issue is the phones are like, because my screen is so small, and because I have to zoom you guys in, I have to bring you down really low, so I'm literally like face to face. Like it's super snug, the view here. So, and then on YouTube, it doesn't really look like it's gonna work at all. But we'll give it a try. Hope you guys are doing well. So I've got these all scanned in. I had to make a couple of adjustments that I think improve the overall weight here. I think on the original, I did his hand a little large. So I just shrunk that down a little bit, no big deal. What's up, Elliot Blake? How's it going, man? Yeah, so we'll just kind of get started and we'll see what happens, right? Worst case scenario. And then a lot of this I'm just gonna end up having, I'm just gonna have to do it on Photoshop. There's just some things that Clip Studio is not great for, but I'll get as much of it done on here as I can. And it's not as exciting, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's not nearly as fun doing this way, but we'll get it going. Hope everybody is well. Thank you again for everybody that bid and bought and did stuff yesterday. Major success of a show. I think I ended up doing something like 1,200 in sales overall in about an hour and a half. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you much. I know right now you're going, what the heck is he doing? And you would be correct to be concerned about it, but I promise you this is not how we color. But if you are wanting to learn some stuff, you're gonna learn some stuff here. So we're really just gonna be doing the hard parts here. The bulk, so to speak. And then I'm gonna have to go in and clean up. And we're gonna be breaking up all of these the way I do it, especially with digital colors, because I do a lot of manipulation once I break down. Oh, moving the color layer behind the drawing? Yeah, you'll see, dude. You gotta, you'll see. Don't get ahead of yourself here. So we're gonna have to clean this up a bit. And this, believe it or not, this would be a million times easier on a proper, like a Cintiq, or something similar. But this'll be fine for now. But understanding what layers work and how they work. And when I say layers, I mean like there are overlays and let's see, there's overlays and saturation layers and multiply layers and things like that that you can use to manipulate these things the way you want. Gonna have to come back in and clean that up. Again, this is not the ideal way to do this by any stretch, but you got this little tiny iPad, and that's the tools I got, so fun. Yeah, we'll make it cool. JL, what's going on? Card, what's up? Bear, what's up, brother? Everybody popping in. Man, yesterday was awesome. I wasn't sure how that was gonna go. I will say that on some of those pieces, I definitely have some seller's remorse. But at the same time, I'm glad they're going to good homes. Like anytime I get sad about selling a piece that I thought maybe I should have not sold for at whatever price I sold it at, I'm like, well, it's going to somebody that obviously wanted it. And if they wanted it, they're going to take good care of it, and they're going to put it somewhere that they like and be happy with it. And it's going to get appreciation for the rest of its life for where it is. So try not to get too upset. And I'm gonna have to go back in and double check these, even this layer, and make sure I get the reds all the way up to the line. The big thing that I've got to do is I've got to make sure the red gets to at least the black of the ink work. And once I get all that set up, then that's going to be my manifest skin tone layer. And then I'll be able to do manipulations and stuff by duplicating and copying and pasting that particular layer lots and lots and lots of times. Right here, none of this is needed. This is his beard. I told Kevin I wasn't thinking I was going to do this live, and it may not last for now or for very long, but we'll do it until I feel stupid, basically. Check out Premonition Project. I'll sell you mine back to you, Todd. Nah. For profit, I'm sure, right? So I try to break these up into big chunks. So like his skin's gonna be a big one, his armor's gonna be a big one. This will all probably go because almost all of this is gonna be beard. But his skin will be one, his armor will be one. The weapons, those will all get broken up into their own individual layers with my ability to manipulate those giant ones as I need to once it's down the road. So the first stages of coloring are kind of, quite frankly, very boring. It's a whole lot of like you almost feel like a kid. Color inside the lines. Very little creativity into it. But that's also kind of the nice part. Coloring digitally especially is way less stressful because I know I can pretty much do whatever I want. And I never have to be concerned about like if I'm making a correct decision that's irreparable or whatever, because it's all fixable with very little risk. Going great so far. Yeah, good. Yeah, and I'll show you guys once I get this first part done here. I'll show you guys the positives. Save. And this is a other thing about doing these is digital color. I'm also, the perfectionist in me kind of goes a little crazy, not in a good way. I'll sit there and stress, and I'll see the slightest peeking out of white, like right there, and I'll be like, I've got to fix that. But a lot of people find this stuff satisfying, right? Oh, color inside the lines, good job. And then if I do digital for any length of time, when I go back to traditional, I end up doing the finger double tap, undo. Like way too much, it's weird. Like how you instinctually go, I just need to undo this line that I just drew. And it's like, oh, I can't anymore. Yeah, the zoom in is fun. Again, it's also a downside because when you do digital, like you can zoom in forever and ever and ever, right? Oh, those are teeth. This is teeth. There's no lip there, just teeth. Okay. So now normally if we did this at full capacity or whatever, that's what it would look like. But if we change it to multiply, that's where we're basically going to be starting. You get the idea? So when you do multiply, whatever color you do it, it basically takes out everything that is like the darker the color is, the more comes through. So if I had like gray values under this and I did a multiply, it would, what's a better way to put it? The more white it is, the more it just paints right on top of it. So we're gonna have to do something here with his eyebrows. Which I think we're gonna do like gray and black in the beard. Cool, stage one done, right? So then we'll manifest, try to name your layers, skin, main, layer, new raster layer. Fun, yay, we're doing it. I can't believe how many people are actually paying attention to this. This is hilarious. Y'all are more patient than I am, I can tell you that. Okay, now for the armor, let's do manifest armor. I'm probably gonna start with like a dark blue as a base. I want it to be fairly desaturated, so I want it to be in the blue family, but I just want there to be a hint of blue. I don't want it to be shiny. So we're gonna tackle that the same way we tackled the other one. Whoop. I like watching paint dry. Yeah, I think there's something in us that finds things like this. I think there's just something about obviously there's like a whole subculture of this kind of stuff. Sorry if it's been asked, but do you like the iPad's Photoshop better than Procreate? So funny story. I don't use Procreate anymore. This is an app called Clip Studio Paint. And when I got this iPad and I specifically got it because I was hoping that I would be able to use Photoshop on here. And then I bought it, and like real Photoshop and real Adobe Illustrator wasn't even available on the iPad. And that kind of like super pissed me off. So I used, first of all, I'm not really a huge digital fan to begin with, but ultimately you almost can't avoid it nowadays, and the digital colors especially are just way more. You can just do more with them. If you're wanting a true professional look, like it's hard to deny digital colors versus traditional. But, ooh, this is all armor here, so I can get all this in. So short story long, I don't use Procreate or Photoshop on the iPad. I used Procreate a little bit, but it's fairly limited. Like it's decent, you can draw with it and stuff, and there's definitely some good things you can do with it. And dollar for dollar, it is undeniably one of the best drawing apps you can get, since you can basically buy it, I don't remember, 15 or 10 or 20 bucks or something to that effect. But it's too limited. So this is Clip Studio Paint, which is kind of like if Photoshop and Procreate had a baby. So it's more capable than Procreate, but it's not quite as capable as Photoshop, but it's cheaper than Photoshop. It's only like $8 a month or something. And it's specifically geared towards comic art. So that's kind of one of the big positives. So it just kind of depends on what you're into, man. Like the way I learned Photoshop was doing photography and photography manipulation and stuff. And I got I'm pretty adept at it at this point in my life. My biggest beef is that it's not more, like my tool options to use with it for it are, like I need a proper drawing monitor like this, which is my next big upgrade that I'm planning on purchasing. But I'm also, I've got a pretty powerful but very old Mac Pro. And unfortunately that means that I can't even purchase, like if I wanted to go buy a Cintiq Pro, for example, right now, and use Clip Studio Paint with it, it wouldn't even work because they require the updated software, and my computer's so old that they don't even do the updated software. They don't even update the software anymore. They're just like, sorry, your stuff has to be dated now. We gotta force you to buy a new one. So not only do I need to buy a new computer, which is coming soon actually, but so not only do I have to buy a drawing tool, whichever one I choose, a Cintiq or a Gaumon, or there's some others out there, but I have to buy a whole computer to even be able to run it. You bought, what did you buy, Kevin? Like a Gaumon or a Cintiq or an iPad with the software? A Wacom, yeah, XP Pen. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to stay on a budget, doing an iPad is definitely the way to go. Like, you can get away with plenty. Like, it will do everything you want it to do. Like, I could do everything I want to do on here, and like, in fact, I am doing that with my own comic. But but it's just so small. It's so small. Like, this area right here is about 8 by 8. Let's see, I could probably actually tell you. Yeah, 7.5 probably by 7.5, maybe 7.5 by 8, somewhere around there. Which is just tiny, dude. It's just so small. It's just so small. And I get tired of, I really don't like zooming in, because you end up getting into details you don't need to get into. And it's obnoxious. It's totally unnecessary. Just do it on the side, so iPad Pro, yeah. See, if you just do it on the side, you don't need to spend, lots of money and take up all kinds of desk space and have a dedicated computer for it and all that. But I'm getting more and more busy, and my comfort definitely matters as I get deeper into doing these things. And like, I can draw for 3 to 5 hours a day fairly comfortably at my desk and never have any issues. But I find that when I'm doing it on the here on the iPad, like, my neck starts hurting and my back hurts and my eyes are tired, because I'm like just having to work on this tiny area, and I'm like scrunched up and staring at it. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you should definitely look into Clip Studio Paint. I know it's people talk about how it's expensive, but I don't know how you can want to do something on a professional level and it only be $8 or $9. I think it's $8.99 a month, and call that like too expensive. I mean, everybody has their financial issues, and I get it, but man, do something to make that $8-9 happen. If you're not making $8 or $9 a month in art sales to cover that expense, then you probably aren't ready for it. And Kevin, you don't necessarily need to do a semester with it. You could. The way I've always done stuff, learn these tools forever, man. Like, since way back in the day, I weaseled my way into a technical drawing gig where I convinced them that I knew how to use Adobe Illustrator. And I basically taught myself how to do Adobe Illustrator at that job. Like, I was like, it's like, yeah. So then I get my assignment, okay, we need you to draw this. And I'm like, cool, okay, thanks. And they like walk away, and I'm like, how do I draw a circle? How do I draw a sphere? How do I create 3D objects. How do I do this? Just on YouTube and watch the YouTubes and do it. And man, it's not the only time I've done that in my life either. And I think I learned better that way, for me personally, because like once you are, like if you're needing to learn a specific thing as you're doing it, it makes it a bit easier, in my opinion, to remember what you're doing, because you're like applying it to something in real life, right? Like you're applying it, let's see, there we go. Like you're only focusing on what you need to know when you need to know it. Now that's me personally. The downside, of course, is that you don't get the like the technical explanations and stuff. And like if I were to go try and get a job, for example, there's a little bit of a downside, because when they see that I you know, don't have the technical education or whatever, and they, let's see, layer, master layer. Like they can look at my work and see that I do good work, but if I can't communicate that work, if I can't be like, what the heck? If I can't be like, oh, we're, you know, whatever the technical terminology that formally educated people would be using, that kind of always put me at a disadvantage. It didn't matter if I could do better work. If I can't co-work with other people, then it can be detrimental. But if you're just doing stuff for yourself, man, YouTube's the way to go, dude. You start small, you're not getting overwhelmed with a bunch of information you don't need right now. There's enough really competent YouTubers out there that you can get educated on anything you want anymore, and it's free. And like, okay, so a lot of people would just do the autofill on these. And this would be a thing that I need to YouTube and learn, by the way. There's settings in the fill that, here, I'll show you what'll happen. So we'll do the edges here first. And so for a fill, you gotta close it off. You gotta have a closed loop. You can't just, which is like the bane of digital artist existence. When you go to do a fill and you try to do it and it ends up filling the whole page, and then it's like, what the heck? Is that AC even on? Dude, this is not the time. Uh-huh.
It was on auto, it's set to 71, it's 77 degrees.
Uh-oh.
So then I turned it to on, and it's not turning on.
Well, that's not good. Better put a work order in for that. So it just got a lot darker in here, which I love. Yep, and then there's one small gap, one little tiny gap. So let's say we do all of this, right? And it looks like it's all done, right? It's like, oh, yay. So I'm gonna go to fill, I'm gonna push that, and it's like, Fill the whole page. No! But that's what the undo is for. So you gotta close this. Oh, god dang it. I didn't switch my tool. So close that, go to the fill. Cool. But if you look close, can you guys see that? Where the original line was and then where the fill is, there's this little gap, which let's see. Yeah, see, it's super annoying. And then you can do it like twice and that also works sometimes, but you just got to be mindful of what's happening there. Yeah, flipping layers on and off, or doing a bunch of work on a particular layer thinking you're doing, it's like, oh yay, I'm doing all this work, I've done all this work, I've done all this work, and then you go to like switch to another layer and you realize you've been doing it on the wrong layer the whole time and you can't undo it unless you undo all of it. Like, dude, nightmare scenarios. And it's like just part of learning. Just like the price of admission. And even when you've been doing it for a long time, like, you can still screw things up, but you definitely get better at not screwing things up and being more consistent as you get deeper into this stuff. It's like, oh, there's a reason that process matters and stuff. Save the layers with names. Organize the layers. Save often. There's another big one. Save often. Like, I am sweating, dude. I'm gonna be real mad if our AC went out. I mean, obviously it's off right now. I don't know why. I'm sure the whole building is trying to stay cool. Oh no, it's 95 degrees outside. What are we gonna do? First hot day we've had since we moved in here, and AC is already giving out on us. So yeah, you're starting to see these patterns here. We're just slowly breaking down each one as we need to. And then one thing I can do later is
Is it HVAC? Is that what HVAC
yeah,
is?
yeah, heating, ventilation, air conditioning. And that's obviously like top priority stuff.
Yeah.
Emergency! Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Thanks, man. We'll do a lot of adjustment. And man, I may do some work today off the live on these, because that is one of the upsides of the colors, is I can just sit in bed and do it. I don't have to have my drawing table. I can be sitting with my wife and hanging out, watching TV, doing this stuff at the same time. But we'll get a lot of it done here live together. And then, babe, the box fan is under the bed if you need that.
I think we're okay right now.
JL, yeah, we can talk, man. Everything good, bro? You're like, I mean, if I wanted to talk about it with everybody, I probably would have done that. So even though this is mostly blacked out, I'm still gonna do the colors there because I know that that's what's behind there is his fur. By the way, guys, do we have a color choice on the horns? You do want the horns black? Man, that's a lot of black, dude. I think we should consider a different color on the black. Black armor, black horns. You're not giving yourself much separation there, and you could get yourself in trouble on when you're doing colors and stuff. Like, I'm probably gonna do the gloves like a brown leather as opposed to like a black leather, because I don't want it just all be black. Like black, 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 black sounds cool, but it just does not tend to translate super well when you're doing comics. The horns are part of his head, not his helmet. Yeah, we could do red with black tips if you want. At least give that a try. By the way, these are the kinds of things you should definitely have decided, worked out, sorted, discussed pros and cons before you do these. Manifest is red. It would be black tips. For these very reasons, like especially when you have armor and stuff that is this complex, you really want to have something that breaks up the patterns and gets it out of the you know, it's like anything else. You don't want everything to kind of blend in together. You want to have a variety of shapes and colors and things to work with, so that you're when it comes time, you have some stuff to play with, both as the colorist, as the artist, as the viewer, all that stuff. I mean, black horns would be cool if you did. Yeah, this is just an iPad Pro. This is a fairly old one, I think 2018. And it's just an Apple, the original Apple Pencil. If you were gonna do black horns, I would not do black armor. I mean, I guess, you can. Like red skin, black horns is cool, for sure. And I can see the appeal there. I'm just thinking from a, let's see. Like if I was doing the colors on this, I would, it would be very challenging to keep the stuff separate, but at the same time, you don't want it to be overly complex. So I don't know. We'll play around with it a little bit here and see if we can come up with some kind of solution. I like how Procreate has a lot of different brush type tools as a base. Oh yeah, there's Clip Studio has a whole library of stuff you can download. It has a it has a store you can purchase stuff from. Like there's definitely lots of ways that you can get plenty of tools. I'll tell you this, whatever you have with Procreate, Clip Studio has that and more. That much I can tell you for sure. Not good with creating brushes in Photoshop and making them look like realistic tools. Jaxios, what's up, dude? Long time no see, brother. Y'all say hi to Jaxios. This is one of my OG followers back on TikTok. He's actually came through in a pinch last year when I had a convention and my wife wasn't going to be able to help me, and he ended up being my helper for the day. We'd never met in person, and I just happened to know through our conversations that he lived on the way. I was like, hey, total stranger, how would you feel about me coming to pick you up and stealing you for a day? And he was like, sure, that sounds safe. I think we were both scared, bro. We were both scared. Like, see, you've got these badass horns. Like, if I go black on them, they're just gonna disappear. And obviously, we're gonna do some stuff to the highlights and stuff, and make sure these various things aren't so flat right now. What we're doing right now is flats, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know. armor is mostly silver in other picture. I mean, we can do silver. I think silver armor with the black horns makes a lot more sense, or at least a darker silver. It is very hot. I don't know about fires though. You guys got some fires down there? That's never fun. Okay, what do we got here? Like, this is why I separate things. So let's look at, so if this was his armor normally, I can now take that armor and I can start playing with the colors. Or I can stay on the colors and go even darker. Or I can go a lot brighter. Right? You can bump up the saturation. You can lower the saturation, etc., etc. So I'm going to leave it for now just so we have something separate, like not too yellowish, like brown mixed whitish reddish. That's over on YouTube. What are you talking about on the horns? Barnes, I definitely prefer Clip Studio over Procreate. Procreate is like digital colors, digital art for beginners. No worries, Bagarza. I mean, you can do professional level stuff on there for sure, but like, you are also going to be limited in a lot of ways. Like, it's just unavoidable. Jaxios, yeah, don't be a beginner, and you'll be fine. Or describe it, just do it and blend with layer. I mean, I get it, dude. I know how to do it. Okay, and are we doing his teeth standard white, or are we wanting them to be like a yellow, or may not want to go too crazy there. Yeah, I think we should stick with white for now. Might try something else in a little bit, but... All right, well, let's try like a brown for the gloves for now. Yeah, not pearly white, of course. Yeah, dude, I definitely don't go live on TikTok anymore. Certainly not with any kind of frequency. Every once in a while I might go on there, but I really don't do TikTok stuff anymore almost at all. But YouTube and whatnot, I go on live all the time, bro. Yeah, I don't get it, man. Like, they tell you to do those YouTube notification things. Like, all these apps are like, notify when blah, blah, blah goes on. And you push that button, and then they never notify you. Like, what was the point of that? Same thing over on TikTok. No teeth, a few, lol. Joey, no. I do not enjoy it. Joey says, do you enjoy TikTok still? No, I do not, bro. I don't get on there almost at all anymore. I've barely been posting videos. I got tired of of how inconsistent they are. Like, things will be going well, they'll be going well, they'll be going well, and then crickets, no matter what you post. Just drawing Oppenheimer. I need to do online YouTube too, and just be quiet. Yeah, I talk a lot, man. I run my mouth. Oh, hell yeah. That's cool, man. Mad Monkey, yeah, this is more digital colors than it is digital drawing, but I know what you mean. Should be quiet. I mean, you can talk all you want, bro. I may not see all the messages because I'm actually managing two different conversations here. Was it your last comment? Was it on TikTok that you commented last, bro? I think I saw one of those. I don't remember exactly. Oh, yeah, probably. Sure you were talking about how I'm old or something, right? Yes, layers are definitely always backups. Whoops. Yes, exactly. If you error, layers are backups. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm proud of you, Dad. Yeah, I think I responded to that, man. I think I said something to the effect of, thanks, son, or something dumb like that. Dude, it is so hot in here. I'm glad I'm not having to work on paper right now, because it would be sticky. Got a hot apartment. I got a hot hand on a hot screen with a hot wife in the other room. What am I supposed to do? Y'all loving the digital, huh? Now I don't know that brown's gonna work, especially up against the red of his skin. I like it against the blue of the armor. So we may have to adjust that a bit. But for that, you would go tonal correction, hue saturation, so I can change the color. Like, that's kind of cool. Like staying in the red family, but a different kind of red. Joe Ferguson, what's up? Clip Studio Paint, yes, in the App Store. P. Garza, I don't know what's going on with the AC, dude. It feels like it might be cooling down a little bit. No? I'm hallucinating? Is it just because I'm like adapting to how hot it is? Off topic real quick. I did see Dustin versus Justin. That was a great fight. Yeah, we'll get lighter on the skin. I definitely don't, like, this is just gonna be the starting point. But we can play with it real quick just to see where we're gonna end up. Because we're gonna have highlights and lowlights and stuff that we're gonna end up messing with there. And like slightly desaturated tends to look a little bit better. Yeah, Jaxios, I'm hyped for that one, dude. It's gonna be a great fight. Do you have a pick on it? I mean, Aljo should win, but it would be pretty epic if using iPad Pro. Yeah, this is an iPad Pro. I'm going Sugar. I would love to see Sugar win. Sugar. Sterling likely. Agreed. Sugar looked, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he looked really good up against what's his name? Against Jan. I was pretty impressed with how he did there. So I don't think he's quite the long shot that people are giving him, but I do think Aljo is way underrated ultimately. Yeah, man, I've seen that happen so many times with so many fighters over the years. It's a shame, dude. Guys will look unbeatable and then they get beat once and all of a sudden they cannot seem to get their act together. That's why I'm a little more bummed that Khabib didn't stick around longer. You know, to really prove his dominance and leave all the like have no unanswered questions about how capable he is, but you know, at the same time, I get why he left. If I had all the money I needed, I would not be fighting either. You think people are sleeping on Marab? Or you think they just don't like him because he's such a ground and pounder? Or such a backpacker? People do not give those kind of peeps a lot of props, man. Nobody likes the safe fighters. All right, this is looking pretty cool. All right, let's switch up his armor color just a little bit, and then we'll try out the black horns and see where we end up here. So I think we could go with like, maybe like a gunmetal, almost. So not black, but almost gunmetal color. Gunmetal gray. And then do the fur a bit lighter. This is why we break things up into individual. Your car's gunmetal, that's cool. Go into more of a silver. There's no color in there, so it's gonna. fast horns. Now we'll do the horns back in that color that we had for the armor. See, like, dude, if I had this on a big, proper, a proper screen, if I had a Cintiq, I would take just a minute to draw the outline, click, 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 fill. Click, 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 fill. I'd be done with this thing way faster. We're gonna try some stuff on the horns, man. I'm gonna see how the one thing we could play with is, again, the slightly lighter, like a gunmetal gray and the armor, and then the horns dark. And the benefit could be that, you know, horns are going to be more of a matte as opposed to a shine. So the shine on the shine on the armor should help offset that, maybe. White horns. I mean, we could definitely go with like purple. That could be fun, or in that purple range. Or like a really dark brown. See, like, there's more of a bone. Like, bone color would be cool. And then make his teeth the same. Mike? Mike's like, make it look like me, damn it. Bro, man, what's up, dude? Don't you guys know it's me? Make it look like me. It's me, but more badass than me. Yeah, we're getting there, bro, man. We're getting there. For everybody that popped in for the sale yesterday, again, just wanted to say thanks. Show went great. I did better in that hour and a half than I do at a lot of conventions in a whole day. So you just kind of proved to me why conventions aren't all that necessary. And continuing to build my online community seems to be a better investment of my time. That being said, I applied for SpawnCon today, which is in Denver. in October. So if I get that, by the way, whoops, there's gonna be like 6 weeks before that I'm gonna be doing nothing but Spawn stuff. That slightly green tint there looks kind of nice. You know, greens and reds seem to... Dude, JL, this app legit, man. This app legit saved my faith in humanity. 600 followers, and you guys are worth 1,000 times what my 50,000, 120,000 total followers and other social media is worth. I mean, it would be awesome, dude. So if we stick with those horns, and let's go back to the armor being darker one more time. JL, I can't wait, bro. Don't you tease me with a good time. See, dude, that's starting to work. Okay, but while we're at it, I'm gonna go ahead and let's marinate on that for a little bit, and then we'll start playing around with some shadows. So this is where things start to make some sense. Actually, let's go this way. We're gonna go boom. Select, select, select. Select, select, select. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Now, why is this important? Whoops, did I miss something there? Check my work. Okay, so now what I would do is I would do a select. So only the colored areas are available. Select invert. So now when I go to do my shadows, it's only going to shadow the areas that are within my selected area, so all this other stuff won't pop up. He's a traditional demon vibe with black horns, but we can do black tips. Yeah, we can try the black tips on there, man. Polish idea? You're saying Polish idea, right? Not my Polish idea? Because I don't remember having ideas about Polish people. Joe, I have it all the way currently, but I really enjoy more of a cell shading technique, at least at this stage of the game, where I'm kind of breaking down into individual, like I remember in the 90s with McFarlane and the Image Comics stuff when they first started coming out with that. And you would see these, the way the colors would turn out, just, I loved that stuff, man. I loved being able to see the different colors kind of coming together and whatever. But as I get deeper into it, we'll switch that up for sure. The 90s? Yes, Jaxios, people existed in the 90s. It's like, I thought the 90s were just for stories in my history class. But see, once I get those base values down, like all this other stuff just kind of comes together very, very quickly. You forgot that I was that old? No? A lot of us have been out of diapers for a lot longer than you have, buddy. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. All right, chill. Shadow, what's up, my man? So for those that don't know, this is for a comic called the Premonition Project. Well, it's called Premonition, but it's Premonition Project on Instagram. Written by Kevin Crook, who is here in the lives with us. These are his characters, Manifest, and Premonition. Manifest is a bad guy, the big bad baddie. And Kevin, I realize I'm keeping the horns this color right now, but we'll get to the adjustment on these colors and stuff, but we can go ahead and get these shadows in and it won't affect any of that. And I believe Kevin is getting his Kickstarter going for this, by the way, and this will be one of the alternative covers. So if you're into my stuff and you want to... Jack Seals, appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, man. Is it bedtime? Is your mom calling you for bed right now? You got to go in? Is that what's happening? Tell her I said thanks for letting you come play. Hey man, you started it. Start running, lol. I am way too old to run, bro. I'll take my ass whooping like a man. Hey, P. Garza, what's up, man? Sorry if I've missed you, man. I'm trying to keep track of all these convos here. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. This is 11 by 17 at 600 DPI. Starting like that, Kev? Hey, aspiring artist here. I was looking to begin live streaming my work and bidding it off the app. Would you happen to have any advice on getting started? Yeah, get started. That is the extent of the advice, man. And I hope that does not come off as rude or crass or like I don't care and whatever. That is not what I'm saying. It is just. It is all the, ultimately that's all there is to it. you gotta get to a place where you're ready, and you just gotta start doing it. Learn as you go. Thinking that you're gonna like do better, or like you don't want to look dumb, or you don't want to risk something, or you know, whatever goes through our heads that prevents us from just starting, none of that is going to be beneficial to you. Just, there's a learning curve no matter what you do, even if I tell you everything. So just better to turn the app on and start doing it, and, you know, ask people every once in a while, join some support groups, Reddit, Facebook, are all great about having at least some resources available. And just go for it, man. No secret sauce, but to do it, man. Amp, what's going on? JL, welcome back. Migavelli, yep. If you feel like you have some good advice, give it to him. Oh, you got it in. Yeah, I'm not gonna take too long to try and figure out if I can do that for you, man. I put in a message to the company to get their opinion on like what I can do about what I can do, if I even can do something there, and we'll see what they say, man. Okay, so this would be where I would probably start with the highlights. I would go a little. Let's go there. There we go. I appreciate it, man. Let's see, I want to do something that's not that light. Normal, color dodge. Let's do a yellow. It's a bit heavy. Wow, I don't like that either. No problem, no problem. I've been waiting. Oh, okay. You've got patience. We're on the same, we're still on the same thing. Doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. You're correct. This is like watching a chef cook. Like gall darn ratatouille. This is kind of where some of this experimenting is going to come into play here. Well, don't get too concerned here about this. We're just laying some foundational stuff, and we'll see what we're going to end up doing with it. Can't cook, not gonna try to tell you how to in your kitchen. Smart man. Going that intense with the orange is not terrible. That's a bit better. Put a bird on it. I haven't seen it zoomed out yet. Puny guy gonna get his face smashed. Kevy, thank you, brother. I hope you're digging this, man. Certainly is coming along nicely. I'm about to have to take a break here because, like I said, my back is starting to crank. I believe it's Kickstarter, PJ. At least I believe that's where he's got it. Excuse me. Oh, you did Indiegogo. Right on, my bad. Man, that's looking pretty good, dude. We're doing black with red tips on horns. Okay, let's see if we can work on that here. Black horns. I will probably need to, let's see, highlights. We will need to turn those down quite a bit. It's not as reflective of a surface. I don't want to lose all of it, but I don't want it to be gone either. Dark red here. Hopefully we can make that work. Oh, that's not what we're wanting. Let's see if I can do that a different way here. Let's see what happens if we lighten this armor up just a bit here. Whoop. Yeah, that's really more of just the reflection stuff going on there. It is not necessarily the it's not necessarily the horns themselves or whatever. But I do think we need to what, like stripes on the... Man, you don't want to do that to your colorists. You do not want to do that to them. That is a major... Oh. So there's a bit lighter armor. And more in the silver range, which doesn't look too bad. It definitely helps with the horns. You could even go into like a wouldn't say gold, but maybe into that kind of bronzy color for the armor. Easy Comics, thanks, man. I do kind of know what I'm doing. Need silver, blue, gray. Oh shit, that might be my clue that it's time to start winding down here. Got 10% of my battery. That silver looks pretty good, man. Dude, just come in and watch. That'll do a ton for you, bro. I think that's looking pretty good, man. We can try. Let's see how the gloves look. I kind of like the dark red gloves because it's the body, or it's similar colors to the body, but it's not. But it's not the exact body color. Ooh, purple. Like if we went more with the black gloves. So if we did the blue, I would definitely tone down these highlights quite a bit, probably. Or maybe we would just take these. So that's blue gloves, man. I don't know. You like that better than the red? I think that takes away, man. All right, so let's look at that real quick. Enjoy that for a second, and then go back to the dark red. Back to blue. I think that red looks way better, dude. I can definitely do... I mean, because it's a pretty dark red in the gloves. I think plays well with silver, black, and red. I think that's a good color palette because you're basically doing black and red for the whole character. If we do, I tried to do the black gloves, and let's see what happens here. And then we'll have to no, it's not what I wanted. Why does it do that sometimes? Ah. Whoops. I'm not mad at the black gloves. I'm not mad at the black gloves, but I do think, I mean, I still lean on to the red. I think that looks good, but it's your call, man. black with silver is cool. I just think the red gives a bit more, it breaks up all the darkness around here. Now, I would be okay if, like, we're gonna need some color in these glove inserts, and then the straps on the hands, we can do some color there to kind of break it up. I'm fine either way. But we should probably wrap it up for the night for now, man. I think that's looking pretty badass though, one way or the other. And we can marinate on it. I might make 2 versions of the gloves so that we can kind of flip between the two. That way you have an idea on, we can just play with both the black gloves and the red gloves. I'm gonna go back to the red gloves for now, just because it'll be easier with the highlights the way they are. I think that silver looks dope, dude. Black is cool, but I think you lose too much in the horns. I think when you get if the horns are gonna be black, I think the armor has to be silver. So, okay, I gotta stop sweating all over this thing. Y'all, this was super fun, looking slick. Yes, silver armor. Yes, color is looking sick. Look at that. I mean, that guy looks mean, dude. All right, y'all be good. Thanks for the hangs. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Kev. And I'm gonna probably work on a little bit tonight behind the scenes, man. Just to play around on some things. But it'll all be recorded here in the time lapse on this actual app. Maybe not, we'll see. I would like to get it done tomorrow. And I think we're definitely close. Premonition is not going to take nearly the effort. I already know what I'm doing with him. He'll be a cakewalk compared to Manifest. But let's be thinking about what color we're going to do these hand straps and these inserts. If we want those inserts to be like gold, that could be cool. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try some stuff out. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Good solid session today. Y'all be good.